Alright, everybody doing okay? I had a few minutes this morning. Thought I'd hop on and look at the SPY chart, what we got uh, yesterday, Friday. Um, had a few good setups. If you traded, let's go to the 5 like we start out the day. We start out every day. Okay. And just to always review our trade strategy, I'm going to set it up for you. So we take our first 3 5-minute candles. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to make a mark under my drawings on a horizontal line at the top of the body. And then another mark at the bottom of those first 3 candles. Okay. And let's make them purple just to stick out a little bit here. Change the color, purple and a little thicker. So those purple lines are our morning structure. Okay. Now, this setup would not really have worked too well on the remainder of the day unless you started recognizing supports and resistances throughout the day. Okay. And then you altered your strategy some. You had one good setup off of this. And the setup was, did I give it? Let's see here. Yeah. Watching 608. I gave this at 9:22. Watching 608 and 608.50 to clear. We had one good 1, 2, 3 candles. Now, early entry, and it's early entry, so there's risk. So this is your morning structure, these 2 purple lines. This candle here was your entry because we were over VWAP. Of course, I used the 9 EMA as a trend. Like I've told you before, this green line's the 9. So this candle here, when it started breaking morning structure, this was entry. And you got this whole move here. If you got in off of VWAP or if you got in right at the top of the bar, 608.30. And I already had, let's see here. No, I marked that afterwards. So when we started getting this rejection candle, we consolidated up here a little bit. Kind of led me to believe we're going to consolidate and move up, and that's not what happened. But we did catch this move here over market structure for, I don't know, about 2/3 of a point. So 2 or 3 calls, 2 or 3 contracts. There was a decent move right there. Up here is where it starts testing you guys. All this consolidation, you had to wait till 10:45 before we started moving again. So then we started saying, hey, we're back in structure. Now, at this point, I start making, when we're consolidating like this, I start making me some lines under these candles. Because we held up in here for an hour, better than an hour. So this 608.50, 608.50 started being support for this little area. And your next move was, we were coming back down into morning market structure. Okay. You could have got a scalp at here. We come down and we come up to retest it and couldn't get over it. Same line. So you can use this for a range also. Okay. We broke VWAP. We broke the 9. And on the 5 minute, the MACD was giving us a down move. I started looking at the 10 to try to get more confirmation. And lo and behold, we got this crossover right here on the 10 minute. Right there. Everything lined up. So you got this 10 minute cross down, which was a good move. You could have scalped puts down through here. We were under VWAP, under the 9. It's a decent move. 608.30 to 607.40. So it's a decent move. Okay. So there's other ways of playing this, guys, even if we're not getting breakouts. And a little something that I start doing sometimes, I'll start teaching this a little bit, I guess. This is TradingView. Let's line up our this is another reason I wanted to bring up TradingView. I got 605. You guys mark this on your chart. 605.50 is pretty good support. If we bust through that, you got this upper range of volume. It's still holding us in here. Look at all this gap right here. If we break under 605.50, we're going to flush down hard to 604, maybe to 602.50 if we test the bottom of this structure. So keep this on your radar, 605.50. I'm just going to take this volume profile off. I'm on the 15 minute right now. And I'm going to add session volume profile. Okay. On the 15 now. A couple things I do to this. I come to my settings. Gotta move this window over. And I mark in value area high, value area low, and POC. I'm going to change these to blue. And I'll make the POC white. There we go. And then you can extend them if you start extending them, it starts running together all the way across your screen, but so you can or you can't, however you want to do it. But sort of a rule of thumb is after 10:30, the first hour, the value area, I don't know how to explain this, guys. I'm not super familiar with it, but I've watched people play this and learned it a little bit. So this might be something you put in your tool belt. The value area high and value area low are your blue marks. Okay. And after the first hour, they're set for the day. Now, you can make your trades off of these throughout the day. And a general rule is if it breaks it, you buy it. But after the first hour, we were over it here at 10:30, but we came back down into it to this POC, which is a point of control. It's like a magnet for it. Okay, it's like it's where most of the volume is in this range. So when we came down and touched this POC, which actually lines up with the bottom of our morning market structure, I think. Is that right? What was this at? 607.80. Pretty close. 607.40. So those numbers start running together a little bit. Anyways, you can, and this is for range days, not trending days, but range days. You can make purchases at the top of the value area. You can take risk here, like for puts. We hit the POC, we came back up and tested the top of the value area and couldn't break it. So here was a good spot for puts. You get out, you can get out at the POC or you can get out at the bottom of value area low, which was a great spot to get out and go into calls because we bounced here. Once we come back up, tried to get over value area, couldn't do it. You could have took puts when we come back into it. Or on the retest, which is safer. You hit the POC, you retest it high again. Great spot for puts. All the way back down again. You could have entered calls again right here when you came back into value area. So this is just like showing you the basic range of where the trading's going on for the day on a range day. Now, this is on a range day. It's just a tool you can put in your tool belt. And I made a few trades off of it, trying to test the strategy out some Friday, and it worked pretty nice. So just something to keep on your radar. And I like to use I use the session volume profile, and then I'll also use let me get rid of these. I'll also use a fixed range volume profile right here. And go to a better time frame like the 1 hour. And it's how I mark. Let me try that again. So you start at the beginning, you come back as far as you want to. So I'm trying to catch most of this last move for the last week or so. And you start seeing, see, here's back to November 20th. Look at all these volume shelves of where we've traded at. So you can find gaps, places for bounces like 605.50, which I told you to mark a minute ago. We came here and bounced the other day. Would have been a good move, but it was during pre-market, aftermarket, of course. So if we come down and test this again and we break it, this is a good spot for shorts if we start breaking this. Or you could take risk for longs again back up into here. It's a good tool to find ranges and where trading has been going on. There's a gap here. All these volume shelves sticking out right here. Like if we got back down into here, it's probably going to hold. Another little tool for your tool belt. So we were just flagging the whole day down through here on Friday. And you could have bought, start making your lines come down throughout the day when you test lows, low test, low test. So there was two. If you marked it here on the first one, you could have took risk here on the second one for a bounce move. Okay. Just a couple little extra things. The 10-minute traded pretty nice if you played these bounces off the tops and bottoms of this range that we had marked, and then you make adjustments throughout the day when you come get these big wicks like that one. It was a good spot where you say, oh, that's support. The biggest one I'm watching for Monday, again, I've already got it marked on my chart, 605.50, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that also coincided with the structure back here too. These two big wicks, 605.60, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that's a good support. Mark that on your charts, and we'll see what we get Monday pre-market. I'll probably go live Sunday night, tomorrow night, and we'll take any questions or anything you guys want to do. If you got a question in the Discord, feel free to tag me and holler at me. I think, obviously 609 is resistance now. So calls over that. I tried to do a double bottom play here. I called out. And it was a good setup for it here. This was the neckline back to the same bottom, so you could have took risk here. You didn't get the whole move, but it was still a good play. We played that and caught a good run, and it was a decent day Friday, but it was a range day, and we were making lower lows or lower highs, anyways. Lows were kind of staying even, but we were making lower highs every time the way down. All right. So 609 is the big resistance. And then 608.25, you got a little bit there. See what we get pre-market and futures Sunday night. All right. All right, guys. Thanks a bunch. My link is in the comments. Like, if you want to do anything that supports me, you absolutely don't have to. Makes no difference. But if you use my link, like if you upgrade to the tier 3 VIP and use my link, it helps me a little bit. I don't get paid anything else. Or some people have canceled their memberships and then signed up with mine. And so it helps a little bit if you get interested. If not, no big deal. Still, I'll do anything I can do to help anybody for absolutely nothing. So, all right, guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you later.